like how feedback and stuff was given in EG was a lot different. It was also more like player driven in EG, I would say. Like Sharks has more like authority than the coaches on EG.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Unfortunately, you guys just lost to Dignitas. It was a it was a long game. You guys were trying to stall it out as much as you could. In your opinion, after the game, I know you might not have had much time to review it, but what went wrong in that game?
We missed an opportunity to fight around bot pre-6, and then we just made like unforced errors to die a lot, which made us go behind in gold. And yeah, after that it's just a hard game. But we played pretty well from behind, honestly.
I think so too. How is it like seeing XU, the Vi in that game, just like hard dive every single time onto the Azir? Like, what were the comms like? How do you protect Azir from like Vi and what was the support Rakan?
You can't.
You can't. I guess
Yeah,
so.
you can't. It's easy as that, actually. I mean, you can try to engage first, which is what we tried to do, and or like peel, or like one time I baited him to ult me, but I mean, it's difficult at that point. Ideally, we should be like head, or at least like even, and then like it's easier to like one shot him when he engages with like a Maokai ult, seizing the backline type thing. But yeah, I mean, at a certain point, it's pretty hard. He has like words too. We played around it pretty well though.
All right. And how was Mass? Did he tilt? I'm sure going 0-7 your first game might not be the experience you wanted to start the game.
No, I think he's fine. I
You
mean,
think
it's
it's
pretty common. Like, happened to Quid as an example. Not
you're
that
right.
not that's even comparable. I don't think Mass played bad. No offense to Quid in his first game, but he was really bad. It was just a hard game, obviously. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's really common for people to have for like a hard first game. Um, and Quid is like I just use randomly as an example, but I just remember him like really inting in his first game. But Mass didn't even like Mass played fine, so he's fine.
Yeah, it was more the enemy team was just like completely on him and he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Um, More about like just general IMT. How is it like playing with Sharks? I don't think you've played with him before. The coach, current coach of
Oh,
IMT.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Working with the coach, I guess.
yeah. Oh, sorry, I said playing with.
Um,
Yeah, working with.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, uh, I think he's a really good coach. He has good game knowledge and is pretty good at working with different personalities. Um, so yeah, I think it'll be helpful for the future weeks. Obviously, the first day didn't go well, but that's what it is.
All right. Speaking of different personalities, you have three Korean players on your team, um, and I guess Ole has pretty good English. I'm not sure about the other two, but how is it navigating like these communications and language barrier? Is it as big as people make it seem? Like, if you have imports that don't speak English fluently, you can't play the game, or do you feel like that's kind of exaggerated?
I mean, in the case of our, like, always fluent in English. I mean, like, literally just fluent. I mean, obviously he's not a native speaker, but he's basically fluent. I don't know what the exact definition of fluent is, but I would consider him fluent. So the two other players, Castle and Mask, have like pretty decent English. Um, I don't know like how to like describe it, but like in game, I would say there's no issues, and then out of game, some sort of stuff gets obviously confused. Um, but most things are fine, and then if anything's confusing, usually, especially Mask will just talk in Korean, and then Oli will just translate it. But it doesn't have an opt-in, and then Oli can translate it perfectly because he's fluent in both. So I would say it has very little impact on anything, honestly.
Okay, and who's like leading the game when you guys are in game? Are you like the in-game leader who's setting the direction for the team, or?
I think it's like a combination of Mask, me, and Tactical probably.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so yeah.
All right. How does this team compare to previously playing on EG last split?
Um, it's quite different. I mean, just like personalities and everything. It's probably like it's very different. Uh, like how feedback and like stuff was given in EG was a lot different. It was also more like player driven in EG, I would say. Like Sharks has more like authority than the coaches on EG. Um, yeah, it's definitely just it's just different. I mean, that's different. I would the EG, but I mean, it's just different personalities. I don't know. It's so different that I can't even. It's just completely different.
Okay, and how do you come up with conclusions? Do you do it as a team, or like you're saying? So, for example, like, do you want to get grubs early game, or do you want to get like an early dragon? Like, making those decisions and like coming up to your own conclusions. Is that also something that Sharks like? We're trying this, or is it like a team? How do you guys go about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's generally like draft dependent. I mean, usually if you watch other regions, like blue side takes grubs, red side takes dragon, just because of jungle pathing. Um, I thought Vi was basing, so I did the like I didn't realize they were gonna do dragon on the Varus not base timing, so I did the grubs this game. I didn't think they would get dragon to be honest. But yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I don't think the grubs dragon thing is completely understood, but this game dragon was more important for sure, like because of the quirky package timings. We don't want to be stuck in a situation where they're every dragon they have a quirky package, and it forces soul. If we get like the first one, then when they quirky package for dragon, we can just give up dragon, and then Corki's a weaker champion than Azir without package, in my opinion. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been really fun having this experience of just doing LCS interviews through the LCS, like post game. I have not done this before. This was week one. Honestly, I think my interviews kind of sucked. I think day two were a lot better than day one this week, but hopefully I keep improving. You guys have any feedback, let me know, and make sure to hit that subscribe button because I am trying to sign up for the LPP and I need 1,000 subs, so keep them coming.